Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Roll Radio. I'm your host, Sinkus, and I'm joined here today by a very special guest, Shaw. Shaw is the founder of Initia, and he's the showman of the metaverse. Shaw, welcome to the show.
Hey, Sinkas. Dude, I'm jealous. You're in Lisbon at all the crypto conferences partying. I'm here trying to be responsible, taking care of the entire Initia community in New York. I'm trying to deal with Airbnbs because people are trying to get here for NFT NYC. I'm like, dude, I don't have any more room on my couch. What am I supposed to do? I'm trying to be where you're at right now. What's going on, dude?
Yep, the spots are going to be reversed in the next few weeks. So I'll be jealous of you then. So, yeah, well, thank you so much for joining the show. I think it would be great to learn a little bit more about you as a person, like your background, and then get into the more interesting stuff like the Initia concept and your token Ini. So if you want to take it away and share a little bit about you and your background, that'd be great.
Yeah, man. I'm from New York. I've been an artist my entire life. You know, normally it's kind of like cringy when people say that, yeah, I'm a creative. I'm a multi-hyphenate, but it's the truth when it comes to me. I'm an actor, dancer, DJ, director, producer. I've done a ton of different things, and mostly I just love culture and people and cultivating a ton of cool shit, basically.
Awesome. That's really nice to hear. And yeah, you are the founder of Initia. Personally, I know it as live event concepts and doing events in the metaverse. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and clear as to what it is exactly?
Yeah. So Initia came about from me basically going to a whole bunch of different parties on the low during the pandemic, being safe, obviously carrying hand sanitizer and wearing multiple masks, doubling up to protect myself and also everyone else out there in New York. And I was at these parties and I'm there drunkenly, like trying to convince people about getting into crypto. I'm like, dude, do this, buy it here. It's going to moon. It's going to go up. And people look at me like I'm crazy. You know, I'm a little crazy, not a lot crazy, but a little tiny bit crazy, you know, but I was making enough sense, you know, with certain people. I was changing up my delivery, trying to really appeal to people. And I started to realize that people weren't understanding what crypto was all about. So then I came home one night and I was like, I need to find a better way to communicate this to people easily, but also kind of give them an understanding of the gravity of crypto, how big this is. This is a generational technology it's going to change so much, you know, and I wanted to share that passion with other people. So I realized instead of telling people about crypto, I need to show people about crypto, you know. And it started to work. You know, I would show them, you know, a bunch of different things to read, show them videos, podcasts to listen to. But I was still kind of missing the mark. You know, I was a lot of my friends started to feel like I was kind of going off the deep end. And I was trying to say, no. I'm trying to take care of you. I'm trying to take care of your grandkids or great grandkids. This thing is going to change your life. And they're like, OK, Prime America, like, OK, you know. So then I realized, you know what? I need to go deeper. I need to really get deep. So I was like, you know what? Instead of me trying to show people crypto, why don't I really trust them to really connect the dots on their own, you know? So why don't I have them do crypto live in the moment and then they take away what they want from it? You know, a lot of times when you try to convince people things, you know, it's really like it's up to them to really catch up or really understand from their perspective. Everyone has their own perspective, obviously, you know, but it takes a long time to really convince someone about the benefits and value of something, especially something like this. It's really polarizing. You know, it's either you love crypto or you hate crypto. So once I was able to get people to really get their hands dirty and dig in, they were starting to see where the value was, you know, and Initia was born.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. That's sweet. I recall you doing the after parties for the whip, like the whip meetup and crypto voxels. Yeah. Did that contribute to the whole concept of Initia?
Actually, it did not. Shout out to the whip crew, you know, and all the whip fam. I love everybody out there. You know the deal. So it's actually called the Afties, and this particular event was really doubling down on the fact that we were getting all these awesome presenters coming in and giving us a whole bunch of alpha. This is before the NFT avatar and PFP craze, so people really needed certain resources in order to kind of know where to put their money, you know? I mean, well, money as in crypto. So what I started to notice was that people would attend the event, but really they weren't paying attention enough. So I was like, you know what, we need to catch all these people like one big net, instead of them running off to talk about it, at like other places. It's better if they kind of just chilled out and really had conversations with people who were attending as well. And that's how that came about. But Initia, though, like I said, it was inspired from drunken nights in New York City with other artists. And I'm like, this is going to save your life. Trust me. Just trust me. So, yeah.
Yeah. And those are the best nights.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be an onboarding platform or community for people of that certain kind of like background, like artists and creatives, to get onboarded in crypto. Is that the goal of Initia?
Yeah. So the main goal is to solve onboarding within crypto itself. Like I said, it's really hard to convince people to really understand this and get into it and really see the value. It's our collective goal as citizens of the metaverse to really educate our friends and family and everyone else who's kind of dealing with, the ups and downs of life when it comes to fiat. Everyone understands the value of a dollar, but it's really hard to really acquire one in real life. But when you're in the metaverse, it's like, oh, wow, okay, this is coming from all over the place. Oh, what do I do? How do I do it? And where can I do it? So when it comes to onboarding, people don't want to read 25-page white papers on a thing trying to find a value. You also can't trust everyone because everyone's trying to shill you something in order to get to the fiat that's in your real world wallet and your bank account. So I felt like through Initia, we wanted to solve onboarding in a very, very different way. We want to solve it through unique and experimental event concepts. Through these event concepts, you're able to kind of get all this information through osmosis. It's not about looking at pie charts or spreadsheets. If you're in a really safe community and you're able to kind of pick up on certain words, certain memetics like DYOR or NFA and really understand what those terms mean, then you're able to really start acquiring information without having to sit down and read tons of books. It gets boring, Initia's not an e-learning course, I'm cursing, I'm yelling, I'm screaming. It's all about having a good time and being with great people. And you just so happen to learn about crypto along the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. And that's the best way to go about it, like gamifying and making the whole experience fun instead of, as you mentioned, like reading through white paper. Which brings me to the question, like, how were you onboarded into crypto? How you came across it? How you got into it?
Man, I don't know what I was doing in 2009, but clearly I missed the Bitcoin .org forum. Where was it that that Satoshi posted the original BTC white paper? I don't know what I was doing, but I should have been there. Seriously, how I came about learning about crypto was actually through Neopets and also BitBoy. And lastly, the famous two pizza pie story where someone they bought two pies of pizza with Bitcoin, and now they would have been like a billionaire or something like that with the amount that they spent. But yeah, so originally, right, everyone had Neopets back in the day, and then I believe I read a story about how someone sold it, they flipped it for like a lot of money. So I don't know, I lost my account or whatever. But then I started to see when I was going on certain websites, you would see these different logos of like different currencies along with PayPal. It's like, oh, you could pay for this in PayPal, your credit card, Visa, MasterCard. And then you would see like the Bitcoin logo. And I didn't really take it seriously. I was like, I don't know what this is. It's just like some magic internet money. Like, dude, this is a scam. I'm not trying to put my money into that. I don't want you to dox me, So I kept overlooking it, It was only until 2017, right before the first legendary bull run, where I was working at this startup, working the night shift, and some of my coworkers were bragging about having big bags of Ripple. So they were big XRP maxis, and I was just like, okay, dude, whatever. And I started researching more and more. And I saw what I would be able to do with certain currencies because of their utility. So I was like, okay, maybe one day if I have an extra check, I'll do something and then see what happens. But I missed that legendary bull run too, so I had no BTC bags, I had no ETH bags, I had nothing. And then finally, when the pandemic hit, I was like, you know what? This has been in the back of my mind for a while. let me start really deep diving, and then I went all the way.
Yep, interesting story. I mean, a lot of people, myself included, wish they were very active back in the day, like in 2009 or 10, find about Bitcoin early on. But I suppose a lot of us would be kind of like end up like the Peaches story, right? We would spend a lot of it or cash out very quickly. But
Yeah.
yeah, it happens. And there are so many aspects to crypto, NFTs, DAOs, social tokens. What do you find the most attracting, or what you found the most attractive when you first got into it? Was it cryptocurrencies like coins, or was it something else?
Truthfully, I saw that there was a lot of opportunity. There, there was something here that would change the future. It's hard to explain. Anyone can say that now, in hindsight, but there's only a few times in human history where you see something that's so different, but yet makes so much sense, right? That and you only had a certain window to hop in, or like you missed the boat totally. Like you're totally gonna FOMO for real, right? And deal with whatever PTSD that comes along with it. But I saw that when it comes to a smart contract, especially ETH. I'm an ETH maxi, so like I'm going to speak specifically about ETH. The fact that you have a token and all these other tokens associated with this blockchain that's able to be totally trustless, right? You can agree on transactions without having to actually interface with another person, right? There's so much utility built into this thing. The fact that you have an immutable ledger where everybody can see the receipt, there's no shady business unless you're really trying to hide things. I knew that this was going to change the game. The fact that this problem solves, it deals, it takes away conflict because everything is so transparent, it's so crystal clear. I was like, this is what we need. And the fact that you don't have to jump through hoops in order to deal with it, I was like, man, like this is where I need to be at. And then seeing how many of these coins were backing these other things. Like who thought that a Neopet would actually be remixed right into I'm gonna reference CryptoKitties. Shout out to the entire CryptoKitties community and all the holders out there. But like the fact that it could be remixed and it could live forever and you can actually own it. I was like, oh man, like what have I been doing with my life? I've been wasting time playing video games, but now I can actually own assets like in Axie, right? It's like we this is it, y'all. This is it. This doesn't happen often. We gotta hop in, So that's what appealed to me, and thankfully I saw that super early on, and the rest is history.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, that's very interesting. And yeah, I think as you mentioned, we are kind of like at the verge of something great in terms of like the technology and what it can really do. So yeah, it's definitely interesting to see how that develops in the coming years, like 5 or 10 years from now. So yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of crypto and tokens, you have created your own token called INI.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to tell us about that and what led you to create it in the first place? And then we can get into what it is and what it does and how people can use it.
Yeah. Again, back to Initia, anyone can do a live event. People were doing live events on Zoom, Discord, Periscope, they were doing it everywhere. The main thing about Initia though is that we do our events with an actionable aspect to it. We double down on participation. That's the main thing. Like I said, I want people to get their hands dirty in crypto in a safe space, without subjecting themselves to any kind of harm digitally, any kind of scam, right? I wanted to strengthen the overall knowledge base of every single person coming into the crypto space, as well as filling certain gaps with people who are already here. They're like, hey, you know what? I need to learn about this particular thing. I need a safe space to really look at it from all sides, play with it without losing anything, without being hurt by this particular thing, So I created a safety net within the Initia project. And if you've been participating at many of the live event concepts, then you have what's called the Ini coin, which is a unique ERC20 token. It's a proof of participation token. You only have this coin if you've either participated at a live event concept or you've somehow acquired it off of any of the automated market makers out there that someone may have created a pool on. But mostly only members of the Initia community can acquire this coin, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how can somebody in the Initia community actually acquire it? Can people earn Ini?
Oh, there's a number of different ways. So during a live event concept, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a live event, but it's always crypto-based, DeFi-based, DGen-based. It's always about a subject or topic that's within the current community or culture or crypto space as a whole. And a lot of times it's really based on members being challenged live in the moment. Hey, give us more information about a particular project. Can you shill this project back to us even though you don't know anything about this particular project? What does this coin do? What's the utility behind this coin? Can you tell us in the moment? And whoever is accurate enough, or maybe who is the most engaged, or who is able to provide the most information that maybe backs up their fake argument, they may come away with a little bit or maybe a lot of the Ini coin itself.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And yeah, speaking of earning Ini, let's do a quick airdrop of some Ini for the people watching this interview. So for anyone watching, you'll see a QR code appearing on your screen right about here. And all you have to do is just scan it with your phone, and you can claim it using your roll account or create a new account on the spot and claim it with that. So yeah, and that's courtesy of Show. So thank you, Show, for that, for those tokens.
Of course.
And once somebody does have the token, what is the use of it? How can they use it to be part of the Ini community? Is it to access events, or what other things they can do with the token?
Well, the utility behind the token is basically a means of bringing these live event concepts to other communities in order to help their membership. You know, like I said, there are many communities out there who may be strong in one thing, but may be lacking in another thing. So they'll be able to bring me, you know, I create a party out of it. I'm DJing all the time, playing cool music, you know, and then we kick off a live event that can really tackle whatever that community believes is their weakness. You know, we have the Initia live event concept lookbook where you can choose certain events that may appeal to either your customer base or your membership, right? If you feel like this may strengthen them, you can always use the Ini coin in order to acquire the NFT that represents this live event concept. And we'll schedule date and time. I hop right in and we make it happen. And also, it also exposes that community to the Ini coin as well, just by participating.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome. So you're building kind of like that cross-community interactions, leveraging what you're doing with the events and, of course, the Ini token.
Yeah, it's all about cultivating the crypto space. Again, the issue, right? The friction that comes with onboarding people is a collective one. It's all of our issue. It's our problem, you know. But I don't want to say like problem like a negative, but it's a good problem to have, you know. We're all knowledgeable. Syngas is everywhere. If you're watching and listening to this, you've been everywhere too. You know, like you know that you want to tell a friend, you want to explain the value that's behind a Bored Ape, you know, or any of these other NFT avatar projects. You want to explain why this is valuable, you know. It's up to us to really build this thing up, you know, add as much flavor as possible, help our friends, you know, and just make this happen. We can make this a cool space. You bring the value to this space, not the other way around. You shouldn't go into a DAO looking to take things. You shouldn't go into a community looking only for airdrops or random things like that. It's not about getting rich. The Initia project's not about getting rich. It's about helping each and every single person out there, including you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely interesting to hear and see happening. And do you think social tokens can help creators and creatives in general capture that value and really own it in the sense that we haven't really seen from the traditional industries?
All right, this is a big one. You just gave me a really big question. This hits close to home. Like I said, I've been an artist my entire life. I've been through the ups and downs when it comes to hustle culture. I mean, I'm from New York, obviously, you know. So artists have a hard time really adding value or showing the value to the things that they create. You can look at artists on SoundCloud. You can look at actors who only do theater and don't do film and television. You have actors who are auditioning day in and day out, but they have to spend money just to travel. They need to eat. They need to pay rent. But if they don't book, then nothing happens. Same thing for dancers too. Dancers get injured. They can't afford healthcare. You know, I'm not saying that you use crypto in order to pay. I'm not saying that you use a social token in order to pay. Let me be very clear on that. But there are benefits to this, right? And adding another layer to what you're cultivating and creating as an artist can empower you. You know, me, like, I feel super grateful that I had the opportunity. Thank you, Sinkas, by the way. I feel super grateful that as an artist, I'm able to really facilitate my thoughts, my dreams, like my motivation, my passion in the form of an ERC20, you know, and through a social token, and really help people and educate them while also entertaining them at the same time. You know, Hollywood is hard. You know, like that. Everyone doesn't book a TV show. Everyone doesn't get a national tour or a national commercial. It's really hard to acquire these things as an artist. You can spend your entire life feeling bitter and sad, but giving everything you got. You know, I'm really a big fan of every single artist out there who's grinding day in and day out and really trying to find a way to break through and communicate what they're passionate about. And I believe that through social tokens, they'll be able to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's great to hear that from a person who has been an artist their entire life. They know the struggles that they face. They know what they need. So it's definitely cheerful to hear that social tokens can help on that front. And I'm really happy that we can do that together.
Yeah.
So yeah, going forward, like in the future, what can we expect from you, from the Initia community, and from your token, Ini?
You know, there's a funny thing happening right now. It's Q4 of the crypto space, and a lot of projects are always releasing their roadmap. Oh my God, here's my roadmap. A few months ago, it was all about community. Oh yeah, man, community. But anyone can say these things, but who's actually doing it? You know, they'll release a roadmap, and it sounds good, it looks good, but who's actually going to build it out? You know, I'm not into making empty promises. I'm all about getting things done live, in the moment. And if you want to experience that, instead of me just telling you, right, I can show you some of the content that we have at Initia. But truthfully, I would rather you come and you do crypto in Initia and experience it for yourself, and you'll see what the roadmap is from there.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And when can somebody find out more about Initia and join the community? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Discord?
Oh yeah, so you can follow me. I'm always chilling Ini positively, right? And like I said, anyone can become a member. By the way, there's no token gate. You don't have to get X amount of the coin. Yeah, all you have to do is just contact me. You can hit me up through Twitter at It's Really Show. You can also find all the information that you need if you want to read more about the Ini coin, about the project itself, and also maybe look at the Initia live event concept lookbook. You can find it at initia.live. No www. Just initia.live. And you can also find us on Odyssey as well. There's over 200 plus videos from all the previous live streams. There's a whole bunch of content on there. It's super fun. You can kick back, have a good time. And I'm always approachable and welcome and cool.
Awesome. Yeah. And all those links will be in the description down below, so folks can easily access them and find out and join your community.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing. Hey, shout out to Connie Digital. Oh man, shout out to Connie Digital. Shout out to Harrison First. Shout out to Bradley. I'm super proud of all of them. Shout out to Sinkas. I'm proud of you as well. Seriously, like all the people that I just named are big hustlers in the space. Genuine people, and I love you all, and keep pushing and keep striving for what you're trying to accomplish in the crypto space. Much love to all you.
Yep, much love to Connie and Harrison and many other of our creators out there who are really pushing the boundaries of what it means to be a creator in the Web3 space. So yeah. And to close things out on a more kind of like on a lighter note and a more fun note, I have a random question that I'd love to ask you. There's no right answer, there's no wrong answer, it's just purely fun. Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So if you could only choose between having music or movies for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
Music.
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 Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I'd probably go for music as well.
Yeah. You know why?
Yeah, I would love to learn why.
It's the one medium where you don't need your eyes, you don't need your sense of taste, sense of smell, or touch. With movies, it's kind of like you need a number of different things in order to engage. You may say you don't need to smell things, but you do need to touch something, in order to make it happen. You can literally just listen to music and you can visualize with your third eye about music, and you can feel from that. Music is always telling a story. That's why I DJ for every single event that we do. I want you to feel something out there. But yeah, music is the thing.
Awesome. Yeah, 100% agree. Well, so thank you so much for stopping by Roll Radio. It was great chatting with you and great learning out about the Initia and the Ini community. So yeah, I would love to join your community and learn out more. So yeah, everyone who's watching, just do that. The links are down in the description. And yeah, thanks again for stopping by.
No problem. Thank you for having me.